DK, what were the emotions like watching last night?
Roller coaster. I couldn't watch some moments because of my anxiety getting too loud, but just happy my teammates got the dub.
How hard has it been to be away?
Very difficult, but thanks to the NFL for allowing me just to come up here and still work out and get some training in.
Where were you watching the game from?
My house.
DK, can you explain to us what happened in Detroit?
You had to be the one to ask them. No, I can't.
What was that process like as far as the appeals and talking with the NFL? Just kind of, can you walk us through that process?
I can't walk y'all through nothing that happened.
Were you surprised that the appeal was upheld and didn't go the other way?
Yeah, but that's all I can say.
I respect that you don't and can't really go into a lot of it, but is there anything you would like to clarify about misinformation or anything else like that?
I can't say nothing about what happened.
Is that because there's
I
ongoing
can't say
legal
anything about what happened for the 5th time.
How excited are you for Monday night to get out there, be back out there with
Thank
your
you, Miss
teammates?
Teresa. I'm excited as hell to be back in the building around my teammates, being in meetings, going to practice, all the things that, encompass a week of preparation.
You
What was
mentioned
the
some of
reaction?
the
Emotions and how hard it was to watch. Was there, from one point of view, a sense of just feeling responsible for not being out there emotionally?
No, sir, because I feel full responsibility for my actions, and that's it. But I got the utmost respect and confidence in my teammates for still going out there and performing to the best of their ability.
Before that whole situation happens, do you feel like you're starting to hit your stride with the games that you had leading up to that? You're starting to break out, have the games that you were hoping for?
Yes, sir. We were definitely starting to hit our stride as an offense. I think we found our groove, and hoping we can pick that back up.
Seeing the offense and the way that they kind of came together in the second half, do you feel like you're stepping back into an offense that's unlocked another level and just what you guys are able to do?
No, I mean, we've been able to do that this whole time. It's just about executing, as a whole. So I think last night in the second half showed a lot of execution on everybody's part.
What do you know about Houston's defense? They're obviously one of the best in the league. What kind of challenge, especially like somebody like Stingley, might be falling around?
Yes, sir. Just looking forward to another great matchup against some NFL caliber players. They got some great edge rushers. Like you said, they're one of the top defenses in the league. So looking forward to that challenge.
Calvin said that.
How supportive were your teammates of you while you were gone, as far as text calls? I guess mainly being supportive rather than like, hey, what happened? Why aren't you here?
No, they were very supportive. Mainly, it would take a lot to call everybody out, but a lot of people reached out to me on more than just one occasion. So it just really showed the type of people that we have in this locker room, number one, and how they view me, as a player and a teammate.
How often did you train here, and did you train anywhere else as well?
I was here all last week, and then I went home and spent time with my family for Christmas.
Couple more.
You said that you were at home watching the game last night. Are you by yourself? Do you text people during the game? I mean, what were kind of those hours?
I don't like talking to people during the game. I don't like talking.
So you're just by yourself, like in your living room?
What'd you do when Calvin scored? What'd you do when Calvin scored?
I jumped up, put on my clothes, and I was headed to the stadium.
In a way, DK was watching Cleveland even tougher because, like, this game, there were plays made. Calvin made the big play. MVS converted the first down. Pat at the 31-yard. It was Cleveland tougher to watch in that regard because there weren't as many plays being made.
I will say I didn't watch the second half of Cleveland.
Just couldn't bring yourself.
Nah, I mean, not just being out there, just watching it from a different perspective was difficult for me.
Jack, how good did it feel to get a full unit out there, have the defense healthy?
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, it was back and forth battle, just like it always is when we play them, and it was obviously it's always great to come out on top against those guys and punch our tickets to the playoffs, and now it's a completely new season, so we're looking forward to it.
What have the last 12 or so hours been like for you since the field goal misses and you guys are putting on hats and t-shirts?
Yeah, I mean, that kicker. He's had a great year too. I mean, I think that might be his first miss all year inside of 40 or whatever it is. And obviously when he's going out there, you're just praying, man, please, give us a shot. And obviously the kick was wide right, and we're moving on. So now it's just the focus goes to Houston.
Jack, you mentioned how much you've learned from TJ. What allows somebody like that to kind of be around the ball and make plays when you guys need him?
Yeah, I mean, he's just he's been one of the best to do it for a very long time, and he always finds it seems like he's always there around the ball to make a play, and you saw that again yesterday with Alex and Cam tipped it, and he's just Johnny on the spot, right there to make the play and get the turnover for our offense to get the short field. So I just feel like great players somehow always seem to fall in a good place. So, and he definitely is one of the best ever played. So that's kind of the name of his game.
Speaking of great leaders, Aaron Rodgers, in here, I know it's the other side of the ball for you, but he mentioned the belief, the confidence this team has. What has been, what's the vibe right now in the locker room, and what kind of leader is he to kind of be able to do this at this point in his career for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a phenomenal leader since, I first met him back in mandatory OTAs. He's just been always, super calm, super direct with his message, when he's talking to the team and what he thinks we need to get done. And obviously, getting that win and punching our ticket and winning the North, the confidence is high right now in here. And like he said yesterday, we're going to have a good week of preparation and get in here and study our ass off and get ready for Monday night.
Jack, acknowledging that your job is to stop their offense. Their defense is going to be a major talking point this week. How important is it to you guys to get better at those two defensive units on Monday night?
Say that again, sorry.
The fact that their defense is going to get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Here, but you guys, I'm sure, are a prideful unit yourself. How important is it for you guys to be the better of the two defensive units out there on Monday night?
Yeah, I mean, they got a great defense. They got a lot of good playmakers. They've been playing well all year, and I feel like we got a great defense too. And if it's one of those battles, then obviously we want to come out on top of that. And every time we hit the field, we're trying to be the best unit in football. And I think as of lately, we were playing better, making steps. And we'll have little steps back, and then we'll keep going forward. And I think that now in the playoffs, it's a good time for us to put our best stuff out there every play, and especially what an opportunity when we go against a good defense like Houston to really, stack ourselves against the best.
Jack, you played with C.J. Stroud. What makes him such a dangerous quarterback, and how fun is it going to be a matchup against a guy you went to battle with?
Yeah, I love C.J., man. He was a phenomenal leader, great guy, good teammate, obviously a really good player, and he's a competitor. I think that that's the one thing that's always stuck out to me about C.J. is, man, he wants to win, and so when you're going up against a guy like that, you got to throw everything at him and kind of make him second guess and not be on time, because when he's on time and on rhythm, he's one of the best to do it. So I'm looking forward to it though, man. CJ's awesome. He's having a great career already and even better person.
How long have you known Cam, given Ohio State connections, and what would it say about a guy in the last game of regular season at 36 to have that type of performance?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really known Cam that long, but I feel like I've been watching him play since I was about 5 years old on TV. So I like to mess with him about that in the meetings, stuff like that. So seeing him do it at this level still is, I mean, it's unreal. But, when you see him come in here every day and, the way he carries himself, he's always in a good mood. He's happy, he's smiling, he's having fun like he's a rookie again. And he's at 36 years old, year 15 or whatever it is. It's exceptional. He's a rare guy, especially playing inside in the NFL is not an easy job to do, and being able to do it for that long at this level is it's unreal.
How much like most about what you did last night's game? Or did it get a little wobbly?
Jack Sawyer! What's that again?
What did you like most about what you did in the first 3 quarters? Why did it get a little wobbly?
Yeah, I think that we did a good job stopping the run. Obviously we got some help on the one that got called back, but when you go up against a guy like that, they're going to make plays. My name's Jack Sawyer. Yeah, so I think that it was a good game, and now it's on to Houston.
When it comes to Cam, when you see him running down the field, 20 yards and catching guys from the backside of plays, how much of a culture builder is that to see your team captain and 36-year-old defensive lineman still have that motor that hot?
Yeah, I mean he's doing that. Like I said, he plays and flies around and laughs and jokes like he's a rookie, and so seeing him do that is nothing new. In practice he's passing guys up and running the ball more than anyone else, and doing it at this level. In year 15 or 16, whatever it is crazy. So, he's fun to be around.
So whose idea was it? Was it Cam's originally?
No, it was Arthur's for sure. Cam was walking around the locker room telling guys he's playing offense all week. But little do they know he was just the push guy on the tush.
Did it feel different for you at all?
Yeah, the first one he tackled me. But that was the practice for the second and third one, and I was hot after the first one, but he came up to me and he was like, "We're good." That was my bad, but shout out to Art, calling it, the second and third time and believing in the guys up front as well.
Did he have to try out? Did Cam have to try out for this position, or that was the automatic?
No, we only ran it on the walkthrough day, so we didn't really get like a live snap of it, and where we're at in the season. You really can't do that. So you kind of just get that with live reps in the game.
What was he supposed to do on that first one?
Kind of let me just get out in front, a little bit. It's more of a guide. I mean, you push, but it's more just leaning on the guy. You let him get out. I kind of got like hit from the side.
Was that the brother dynamic kind of backfiring on you guys? Cam was like, I can just kind of do whatever I want here when he should have let you kind of do your thing.
I think he just was trying to put all his strength into it, and not even thinking about maybe the technique, just like trying to will his way, and that's a part of it. But that's kind of like more when you're caught in the air and you're kind of on top of guys, and then somebody might come and push you.
What did you think of the play before you guys started running? What'd you think when Philly was running it? There was all that talk about Benton.
I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, but now I love it. Not even just because I'm a part of it, but all the plays off of it. It's creativity and Art's getting in his bag with it, and it's on us just to get those 4th and 1s, 3rd and 1s, and whenever he's calling it.
Are you noticing that with success, when you run it in your stadium, that it's starting to get some excitement, like kind of like it was when Brady was going for 4th and 1s in Foxborough, when the tush push was really starting to take off in Philly?
Yeah, at home, everybody can hear the cadence, so that's a plus for us, and just the guys, the surge. So I think we're just so much chemistry and time spent on this, so we have a lot of confidence calling it, and then obviously running the ball with Jalen, Kenneth Gainwell, and then when Johnny gets back there, they can all get back there and take it the distance, and even if it's a short yardage, just running the guy over, making the guy miss. We have a lot of capable backs.
You said you weren't a fan of it, like, initially before you guys started running it. I mean, when you guys aren't doing the creative wrinkles off of it, do you feel like and you're just plowing ahead, is it kind of a violent play? I mean, is there a lot of just rough stuff that's going on in there? Because I know some people have said it's basically like a rugby scrum in there.
I feel like for the interior guys maybe, and the guy running the ball and the pushers, but outside that, it's just a normal quarterback sneak or a normal block. Not everybody's surging down, because you might have a guy in your gap, so everybody has to have gap integrity. So it's a lot of things to it, but the play, I hope that they just continue, to let us do it.
Were you nervous the first time you did it compared to now? Like, take me through your emotions from then up until, the end of the season.
Yeah. I haven't taken an under center since Little League. In high school, it was all shotgun, and then college Wildcat, and then getting here, obviously it's the NFL. So just being able to, make the most of your opportunities and, obviously not botch the snap or mess it up, and just first time when I went out there, I was a little nervous, but now I'm just, it's another play, and it's just, making sure Cam's ready to run out there, and whoever the pushers are, just making sure, all 11 compared to taking the snap.
Cam's a captain. He calls the coin toss. He plays defense. He's on field goal. Now he's on offense. Does he just need to have his hand in everything in this team, Connor?
I guess so. Hey, I guess so. I mean, I'm sure that, at times he wants to have input, but, that might be his only offensive snap.
The whole experience was like emotionally in that game.
It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It was a roller coaster, but you got to find a way to stay level-headed throughout. For me personally, definitely missing that sack with me and Alex. It's easy to get frustrated and lose track of, we still got to go out there and make plays, so we just had to get back level-headed.
Where does that resiliency come from you guys to be able to bounce back? Just how are you able to do that?
I feel like you bred to do this. Like since you're young, you're bred to, when things don't go right, always get back up and do it again. We wouldn't be in this position if we didn't do so. So just doing that at a high level.
Henry got a few on you guys in the first half, but the second half you guys really shut down their run game. What allowed you guys to flip the script in the second half and slow down Derrick?
Just knowing what we were seeing. We had ideas coming out what they were doing, and they kind of held true to an extent, but just those little nuances and details that we figured out in the first half, we were able to stop it in the second half.
Was there also like, hey, he had a couple runs, but we got to stay where we need to be? Like there was a patience or persistence to stick with the plan type thing?
For sure. Go back to that resilience,
you ain't gonna make all the plays, but the ones that you can, go out there and make, and there's gonna be more to make.
Understanding that your job is to stop the opposing offense. Defense is coming in with a huge reputation statistically up high on every level of the charts. How important is it for you guys to be the better of the two defensive units on Monday night?
Yeah, I feel like it don't matter who we going against. We got to win the week, essentially.
When did you feel like you were going to do that against the Ravens this past week? That you're going to win the week?
I mean, I had confidence that we were going to do it all week. But, you know, in the game, it's a game. And you have those up and down, and it was a crazy one. So you got to stay level-headed, like I said, throughout.
You've been around Cam a couple years now. What's it like to see him, play the way that he's playing at the age that he's playing, especially after, taking the helmet to the thigh?
Yeah, he scared me. He scared me with that. Oh, man, get up. Come on. We need you. But, you know, that just shows his resiliency and his want to and will to come out here and work at his age. And I think he still got some more in the tank. He's a hell of a player, and he is one of the reasons why we came away victorious, for sure.
Is he a two-way player now? Getting in on the tush push.
Hey, the more you can do. Hey, he do a lot for this team.
What does it do for you guys culturally when you see him having the motor he does, just catch guys on the backside 20 yards down the football field? You don't see a lot of defensive linemen do that.
Yeah, that's why you see me doing it now. You know, seeing him even in practice. It starts in practice with him turning and running. You see it on film. The young guys see it on film, you know, and you just see people start to change because I learned from him, you know, see him turn and run. Like, I would do it in college, but it's like a 5-yard burst. But actually getting all the way to the ball in practice, and then that just kind of wears down and waterfalls down to everybody.
Connor was just saying he used to watch Philly do the tush push and hated it, but now, you know, he loves it. When you're on the sidelines, especially at home, it seems like there's some, you know, in the stands, some building energy when you guys get in that formation now. Do you feel that on the sideline, like the fans are getting into you guys running that?
For sure. You know, I feel like we'll do a hell of a job at it. I think we can get a yard every time. So even when we got 3 yards to go, 1st and 3, let's tush push 3 times. Why not?
Kim talked about how there are guys that come back, former Steelers that have won Super Bowls, and they have something that he wants. How motivated are you guys to, you know, obviously there's a long way to go, but to have momentum in the postseason for a guy like Cam that's been around here for a long time and really wants to make that next step and push even farther than just the first weekend of the playoffs?
Yeah, you know, it's one thing to want to do it for yourself, but when you get that connection, that brotherhood that we've developed throughout the years, it's way better when you fight for somebody else, and that guy deserves a lot. So I'm going to give all I got, and I feel like our defense and offense and our team feels the same way.
Keanu, I know Big Ten schedules can be weird, but how familiar are you with CJ and you had those matchups and what challenges you got to face?
Yeah, I think I faced him once in college. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's a quarterback, and they got O-linemen and D-linemen. They got to go get the quarterback through the O-linemen. Same thing, football.
For you individually, I think you set a career high in sacks this year. What was different this year from past years where you had a lot of pressures in previous years, but felt like you finished more? What was the biggest step you took, you think this year to get that production?
Just staying consistent. You know, I've said it before in previous interviews on my pressures and just figuring out how to get that half a second to turn those into sacks. And it's coming along pretty well.